Hi, in this video we're going to construct histograms. Histograms are pretty simple to construct in Excel, and I'll show you how to do that. The data set we'll be using is Diabetes 2008, which can be found at histogramma.com/data. So to get started, let's take a look at the data set that we have. We have over 3,000 data points, and if you scroll down you can see that we have we have 3,219 data points. So it's a fairly large data set. So the first thing we need to do is calculate the min and max values. Um, we can do that here by typing in min, and on the next cell equals min, open parentheses, A2, since that's our beginning data point, colon, which means through, all the way up to A3220, which is the last data point. Close parentheses and then hit enter. So 3 is our minimum value data value. So over here we can just type in max, so we know what the max value is. And likewise as min, just type in equals max, open parentheses, A2, colon, A3220, close parentheses, same data points, enter. So we have a min of 3 and a maximum of 18.2. This will help us decide our bin range. And a bin is basically the number of data points we can put within that bin range. And if you look at our data set, we can see that we have 1 decimal place per data point. For instance, 14.1 and 14.8. So we're going to use a bin size of 1 so that we can get in the 14 bin range, we will get 14.0 all the way up to 14.9. And we will see that 14.1, 14.8, and all the other 14 point whatevers will fit into the 14 bin range, just like all the other bin cells. So we're going to use 1. And since the minimum starts at 3, we're going to start at 3. And our max bin would be 19, since we're going to round up for 18.2. Because we want to include 18.2 and not have a maximum of 18, because then we won't include 18.2 or 18.1. So we can do that here. So let's type in here bin range, and then here we'll put in 3, and then we're going to go all the way up to 19. So we just scroll down all the way up to 19. So that is our bin range. Pretty simple. The next thing we need to do is go up here to the data tab, select that, and then all the way to the right, select data analysis, and then scroll down and select histogram. Click OK. Now, first things first is the input range, and we have here A2 through A3220, so it's already there. If not, you just have to type it in. But just for simplicity, we'll type it in again. So A2 through A3220. And then the next one is bin range. Since we already calculated the bins, let's do that. So that would be from here. That would be E2 colon, and it goes down to E18. So we type in E18. Okay, so the output range, we want to put the histogram on the same sheet. Um, you can put it on a new worksheet ply or a new workbook, but for this exercise, I want to put it on the same sheet so that we can see what we're doing. So here, I will select H3, and then we want to make sure that chart output is selected, and then just click OK. And then histogram is automatically populated for you. So that's pretty much it for a histogram. It's very easy. Um, the rest is just basically cosmetics. So we can do that. So let's just make this a little bit bigger, like so. And we want to take these bars, or these bins, as they're referred to, and we want to put a less gap between them so that they're together. It makes it look neater. So start off by left clicking once on any one of the bars, and then right click once on that bar, and then come down and select Format Data Series. And in this window, we want to select the gap width to be no gap. So we scroll all the way down to 0, and then there will be no gap. And then you want to put a border for each bin. So you want to select solid line. And the color, black I think is preferable. And then we click close. So there you have it. You have a nice clean histogram that looks much better than the auto-populated one, where you have a gap in between each bar. It looks a lot better this way. Um, it's pretty straightforward. Um, you can change your title of your histogram. You can call this, since we're working with um, diabetes, we'll call this diabetes 2008. And um, I usually like to delete this. And then the bottom is your bin. You can change that uh, to say, whatever it is that you'd like. And your y-axis is your frequency. So, for instance, the 10 bin, we have roughly a little over 600 data points that are within 10.0 to 10.9, and the rest follows with the other data points. So that's pretty much it on constructing a histogram. We will continue on with uh, descriptive statistics with the histogram to actually see what the histogram is telling us.